Welcome to Maroon, That's the Beginning, Part 15. And in this one, well, we start off with Lionel Jefferson, Charles's father, and Charles has invited him to this festival, and a lot of people are dressed up. And I thought I'd do something funny this episode. I'm using my Master Control Command Center to turn a lot of people into toddlers. That would be funny. Like Charles can turn people into toddlers. And if you're wondering who the dude is, dressed, well, wearing a Darth Vader hat and carrying a clown club, is actually Charles. Why is he dressed like that is beyond me. It's like, where'd you get that outfit, dude? Who dressed you? Oh, wait. EA probably did. The game's maker probably dressed him up like that. It's like, why? It just looks weird. I'm weird. But I wouldn't go out dressed like that. But, to each their own. Charles actually invited his dad to go hang out with him. We actually saw Kenny doing his own thing. We're going to tell all these people into toddlers. That's funny. Look how they're sitting in the seat. It's like they're sitting in a high chair, but they're not really sitting in a high chair. I'm so bad. I need a toddler too. Nothing much else going on. They're at a romance festival. Meet people. Let's get that out of the way. Lily Fang, I really don't like her. This is gonna be funny and messed up at the same time. No freaking way. Our bodies are so distorted. That's glitched out. No question about that. And everybody seems to think that's normal. Like that redhead just seems to think that's normal. We're gonna turn you into a toddler. How about that? I think that'd be funny. But first we said we gotta meet two people. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, everybody seems to think that it's normal. People just spawn out of nowhere. I think the game just comes out with random people. Well, random Sims and just sticks them in the game. Goodness. A lot of toddlers around. He's talking to her like she's a toddler, even though she's her body's so dysmorphic. She disappeared anyway. That's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. He's talking to the other toddlers like they're adults. Well, they were adults. I just got bored and decided to do something in this episode. And who is Charles talking to? Well, he's talking to himself. I don't even know what copyright is, right? I thought I turned off music in this episode. Like, the background music. But you can't really help that, can you? I'm not redoing this episode. There's no way I can redo this episode. Well, what I can do is, I know what I can do. I know how to turn off music, the background music in this video clip if that's an issue, and not turn off music, background music in the next video clip. I hope it's just you're just hearing music from the bar. Hey, toddler, what are you doing out? What are these toddlers doing out in the street by themselves? I don't have the Lost Toddler mod. There is a mod like that, where children can get lost, and parents have to look for them. I don't have that mod. The only mod I have I have some extra. The only mods I have in this game is MC Command Center. And I have some extra jobs and careers in this, like extra careers in this game and extra traits. And that's all I got in this game. Oh, and I got this clown pack. I got that, which just explains where the club came from when Charles was holding. And change that outfit. That is just ridiculous, Charles. What did you think that is not in your outfit choices? Having another thing of Big Red. Ooh. I like Big Red. Anyways. I forgot what I was going to say. I feel like a sim. Where you make a sim forget what they were going to do. Lionel is trying blowfish. This is how I was thinking about killing him, but I had to do it differently. Apparently you can't die of eating pufferfish. Now, Charles, you look more presentable. We can actually see your face. You rarely see Charles and his dad hang out, so that's why we're doing this episode right here. I mean, this video clip. The next clip is going to be a surprise. Oh my gosh. It's something you would not see coming. I'm not going to spoil it as much as I want to. And this is, like I said, this is going to be a short episode, okay? A short episode. And I'm also trying to record another episode after this. Records episode 15 and 16 today. And have them put up on YouTube. Well, that's the end of the romance festival. We're going home. Well, not just yet. Oh yeah, now we're going home. And we just follow him home. He does live in the city, so why not? Anyways, we're back, and he is dancing. You go, Charles. Charles. I keep calling him Charles. Why is he calling? It's Lionel. Go, Lionel. I got the name. I needed a powerful, wealthy, rich name. I need a name that means you. And the rich person I thought of that came to my mind, and that's where I got his look from, okay? If anybody remembers Lionel Luther from Smallville, that's where I based Lionel Jefferson's look from. And where I got his name. The first name, I mean. He has the first name is supposed to look like Lionel Luther. So, if anyone has was having questions about that, I mean, that's where I got that idea. See, he wasn't expecting a visit from Zoey Jefferson, Charles's wife, the mother of Lionel's grandchildren, all 5 of them. She's flirting with him. She knows he's got this nice penthouse, and he's worth more than Charles. She knows that once he dies, he leaves Charles everything, because Charles is the only child. Hey, you want to get it on? You want to get it on? Yes. Lionel's all for it. Because Lionel, back in his prime, was a womanizer. He got a lot of tail in his day. Let's put it that way. He got a lot of action in his prime. That's why since he was all about his career and chasing women, last thing on his mind was settling down till he reached 40 and had to start having a midlife crisis. And then he met someone, and Charles was born. Because he needed someone to. It's like, what's the point of having a big house and all this money and no one to share it with? So he decides that he needs a child to share it with, someone he can leave all his fortune to. So he decides to settle and have a child, and that was Charles. And that's why he's old now, because he's like 80, in his 80s, like mid-80s, and Zoey here is in her early 40s. And she managed to get it on with him. I don't understand. They go all the way up there just to ask him to have sex. Again, You want to go? I want to go have a baby. Why go all the way up there to ask that question? That's the dumbest question I ever heard. I mean, I can understand that because they use the bed right there, but they don't. Oh, and there's a bed right there, but they don't use that bed. Why go all the way up there just to ask to have a baby? And then come all the way back down just to get it on in the bedroom downstairs. Why go all the way upstairs to ask that question if you're going to go back downstairs to do it? That's just the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. The dumbest thing I ever saw in my life. She actually didn't, like I think on older men they get like a heart attack or something. If they strain themselves too much when they're old, especially during sex. I think if a woman has so much energy and he doesn't have that much energy, can really put a strain on his heart, and it doesn't show that in this episode. He eventually keels over, but not right at the moment. He was supposed to die in his sleep, because that's how I'm going to play it out when she comes back home. He actually died in his sleep. Oh, she's pregnant with his child. And he's not supposed to know, because conception don't happen that fast in real life. Because if Lionel died shortly after overexerting his body during sex, he wouldn't have known she was pregnant. So it's impossible. So apparently she wrote a book, and she's on a book tour, and she stopped by Lionel's place. That's how we write it and not do it the same way. Too much sex, sir. Lionel, you're like 85 years old. Zoey actually killed him with sex. Too much sex. His old heart couldn't handle it. He's not like he wasn't in his prime, no, when he could handle it. And she's not around to witness it, so she doesn't shed a lot of tears. Well, that's pretty much close to the end of this episode as it turns spring. So Zoey will go back home, and pretty much everyone will get the news that he's dead. Lionel's dead. So that's the end of this episode. A very short episode, as you can see. First, she's going to have to release him into the spirit world and such. And she ends up destroying the urn. She's sad now. She's definitely sad. She's got the blue moodlets. So, anyways, like I said, it's the end of this episode. So, stay tuned for her journey. Her trip back home to tell everyone that he is dead.